Please remind me to make this a little shorter because there's the friend here. First off, he's getting impatient. The natives are getting restless. No, that guy is wonderful. He's this is the dictator, the Kim of North Korea here. Let's have him on the spot. I took too much time with the other two. Every day, what's that? I'm thinking of something funny from a comedy. Every day I will do my best to, I don't know what. Getting back to MF Trey, the high school. I was taking on the maybe he's dead. Probably he's dead with his drinking. The poor physics teacher from there, um, and it was a good school. In fact, it proved better than the one I would go to next. But the experience for me was not exhilarating in what sense? In terms of schooling, I mentioned yes, there was literature professor. Come to think of it, for that, I should be grateful. I mean, to the teacher, I think I expressed my gratitude to some extent, and for being there. Without being there, without attending that, I would not have the chance to benefit to whatever extent I could. I mean, given my poor abilities, especially at the time. I wasn't doing too well in mathematics, absorbing it. It turns out some of what Kevorkian, because it's still there, okay, and it's maybe due to him that I, probably in large part, I went on to read something and then more. Buti mi naman. Yeah, but for other, in English, I remember this in English class, we were playing football. Foscolo, there was a teacher who was pretentious, but we let's not get into that. I mean, why? What's the point? Now, on the romantic side, not much happening there because for quite some time, even later on in Mishu, Michael the Brave, I was such a pathetic loser, as the fool in the White House would call it. I mean, he calls everybody loser when he's the paradigm of that. Serial bankruptcies, and let's not sink into that. But not having much to say anyway. So only to compensate and find this later period wherein talking and blabbing and a torrent of words would help, because I mentioned the joke or the assessment, if you will, the conclusion of all this silly life, maybe. I would talk for quite some years, up to the day when I was married, maybe. Some would say even after that. I would talk so much that many of my female companions would say, "Okay, let's. I mean, too much. Let's do it. Let's fuck," so that we end this. I can't take this anymore. Stop talking. Which is what I get now, quite often. So, and the reason for this, I mean, I'm talking to no one. There's no one there. I know, but there's the possibility, and talking to a mirror, which is to some extent what happens sometimes, because I see myself in there. Not the romantic, I see myself in you. That's a line from some movie, I forgot which. But then to rush through, if we can, with this, there was this Anka, whatever the other name was, which I liked. Some of those, when looked back, when seen from here with hindsight, so much hindsight, don't seem glamorous, attractive, interesting anymore. But then they were something an obsession then. So what I know is I was talking with this Mihai Corlan, sort of a friend then. I don't know how it happened because, well, opposites attract, some would say, but proverbs are silly. We are silly. We've been through that, and there's not enough time. I have to conclude. Space on this would finish soon. Plus, Balzac will kill me with his screams. So, um, he was the epitome of the virile, macho teenager playing football, playing attack, center attack, or something, playing basketball. I remember also some strange detail, which was bizarre at that time. Now it's the rule. Meyer as a joke, with some pictures, some models from somewhere with hair. What is pubic hair? What is body hair for that matter in this age? There's no more. They wipe it out as a rule, it seems today. But he did it back then. He was shaving his legs. I can't remember other things, but I was. What is? I mean, he doesn't have any hair. Well, he did something about it. And I was talking with him about this girl who was in their group or something. And some books, the little I read, there was something, Winter Among the Hills, a Welsh writer for something obscure, James Wolfe. I'm just inventing. And there was a mateship, whatever. We were not mates, but not friends. I mean, friends, listening, reading Thomas Mann. Sometime later, few years later, I would get that friends love. There's a character who says that these are definitions you find a correspondent for only in art and literature, because in real life it's, I love you, I don't have words. No, that's not true. I mean, you don't love when there's a test for that. No, it's friends also abandon you. Hello, can you help me? And oh man. So I wouldn't say we were friends. Strangely, we would meet again later, much later, after being married. When I would fix my mother's apartment, only to be kicked out. He would come because he was the engineer of the firm, putting windows, new age windows. So we met there.